We begin with President Trump's marathon cabinet meeting. This lasted more than 3 hours, with many of the president's appointees taking turns offering glowing praise. The meeting covered everything from President Trump's firing of the Fed governor, Lisa Cook, to the war in Ukraine. Trump also announced the federal government would seek the death penalty for murders committed in the nation's capital.
Anybody murders something in the Capitol, capital punishment, capital punishment. If somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty.
CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand is at the White House with more on all of this. Natalie, this was President Trump's longest public event. What were the main takeaways from what was a 3+ cabinet meeting?
It was so long, Errol, that even the president and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy praised the audio techs and photographers who were holding that heavy equipment in the room for, as you noted, more than 3 hours, I think 3 hours, 17 minutes to be exact. And also, as you noted, most of this meeting was the individual cabinet secretaries going around the room, giving brief updates on what they're working on, but also just heaping praise of the president's leadership. The president saying that, he wanted cameras to capture how open his government is. And a lot of the comments were focused on the crime crackdown here in Washington, D.C. that continues. And many of the questions also focused on this. As you noted, the president made that comment about wanting the death penalty for murder here in Washington. He also suggested that he wanted the National Guard and this crime crackdown to remain for longer than 30 days, although we don't have a lot of specifics on that. And he noted that he believes crime will be a big topic in next year's midterms. And as far as sending National Guard troops to other cities outside of Washington, he did again signal that he wants Democratic governors to contact him first, maybe suggesting that he's not going to send troops elsewhere unless he gets that formal request. Errol.
And Natalie, the president also faced questions over his attempt to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook. She is resisting this through her lawyers. So what more are we learning?
Yeah, this comes as Cook and her attorney are moving forward with a lawsuit challenging what they call the president's illegal action in trying to move forward with firing her over mortgage fraud allegations made by an administration official. The president, of course, asked about this at the very top of the questioning yesterday. Take a listen to what he had to say about Federal Reserve Board of Governors Lisa Cook.
She seems to have had an infraction, and she can't have an infraction, especially that infraction, because she's in charge of, if you think about it, mortgages.
Now, a Department of Justice official confirms to CBS that his office did receive a criminal referral, but the Justice Department not commenting on whether they will formally, open a criminal case here. But again, that part of this comes as this other legal challenge is now moving forward, challenging the president's actions and authority to move forward with this, what would be an unprecedented firing, Errol.
All right, Natalie, with the latest there. Thank you very much.